They were just at my job one day, and I always wanted to do it. So I went into the meeting while I was working, and I signed up for it.
It was crazy when he told me he was gonna do it back in November. I was just like, I didn't believe him at first. I was like, yeah, all right, okay. I thought it was a joke.
I was really skeptical. I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to complete it. He's been doing track since he was in high school, and he's never done anything like this his whole life. And I knew he would give it his all and he would practice and do everything, but I wasn't sure if he was going to be able to finish it.
But then he kept talking about it, and that's when I was just like, oh, he's about to embark on a full-on triathlon.
Some of the pros.
I was really proud of him though, and when he told me that he was doing it with Team in Training and that they were raising money for leukemia and lymphoma.
They train you, and a lot of the money that we raise goes to leukemia, lymphoma, in order to find a cure.
He ran track in high school, and he knows how to swim. The bike part he never did, and he for sure never did a triathlon before.
I did half marathons, and I've always swam and ran. So all I had to do was just start biking.
In what ways didn't I support him is the question. No.
They fully backed me. Everybody thought I would do it. A lot of people said it's gonna be hard, but
Not all triathlons are like this, but he had to raise $4,000 for the trip, the program he was doing with Team in Training.
He had 2 fundraising events. He raised $500 in total for both events.
sold tickets for Ducks game. I did a couple bar things, and then I did a March Madness bracket.
And he started in either November or October of last year, 2010, and he had to get that by I guess the last week in April.
It was pretty hard. I had to take out a credit card and donate $2,300 on my own.
The week before the money was due, he was down $500, I think, $525, I think, something like that. And he promoted it on Facebook, and I feel like in a matter of 2-3 days, all of that was paid for. His friends of his family. He wasn't in this alone.
We tried everything that we could to help him reach his goal. I mean, I couldn't help him work out, but I could encourage him to continue going to his workouts. I was there when he needed goggles to practice for his swimming and stuff. So any way that he asked me any questions, any kind of help, we just gave it to him. I got a phone call at about 8 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday morning when I was asleep, and he was asking me to come pick him up. David was only supposed to go 20 miles on his bike, whatever it was, and the guy made them go all the way 33 miles, and then we're gonna do another 30 something miles back. So he called me because his legs just wouldn't move. And when he called, he said, I just can't make it back, I just can't do it. And he was on exit 64, we're on exit 58.
I felt like crap. Didn't drink enough water.
And then when I finally got him, he didn't think his bike was gonna fit in my car. But we got it to fit, and I went and I drove him back, which I didn't think was a big deal because he's my brother. I would do it for him regardless.
Where was the triathlon?
It was in St. Petersburg, Florida, right next to Tampa Bay.
It consists of the bike, the swim, and the run. His swim was 0.6 miles. His bike was 24.6 or 24.2 miles or something like that. And his run was 6 miles or something around that, 6 miles. And yeah, that was his triathlon. That's what he had to finish.
2 months ago, I was going to do really good. And then I just started slowing down on my training and doing the minimum. So by the time we hit the week before the triathlon, I just felt the pain and I knew it was going to be rough.
He did tell me about, he went on a cruise a couple months back.
Drinking, going out, just hanging out, not going to practice, just, 22.
the cruise kind of set him back a little bit. And he was telling me about how he played Elvis. I don't know what he meant. He was like how he played Elvis or something like that. But I wish I was there. It was probably a good performance.
Did I think he's gonna finish?
I did.
You did?
He has the determination. So yeah, he always likes bragging rights, and the fact that he finished something that a lot of people haven't done gives him more of a chance to have bragging rights. So
I feel like of all the people I know, he's probably the most competitive out of anybody. He could have like the least chance of winning. He'll still compete no matter what. So I feel like, well, I hope he finishes. I hope he finishes. What was your main motivator?
People telling me that I'm not going to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Everybody doubting. Just pushes you more.
Go, David! You can do it!
A little bit longer, buddy.
I knew there was no way that he was going to spend that much time training for it, going to all his swim practices, going to all those bicycle practices and everything, and not finish. I knew, like, while we were waiting there and we were waiting for him to go, we were waiting at the finish line and we were like, he's going to turn that corner, because there was no way. He would have crawled his way through that finish line. I knew it.
Come on, David! Come on, buddy!
Let's go, David!
Come on, David!
Delray Beach is from Connemara Beach. Is over Montoya. Jim Lockhart.
The best part of the race? It was definitely the swim. Yeah, that was the easiest part.
for me, it's more of inspiration. I want to try to compete in one too.
Yeah, I want to do one in June and then most likely one in September. Eventually build up into doing a full Ironman, maybe like in 4 or 5 years.
I didn't think that it would affect me when I went there. When we went there were people that were doing the triathlon. They had no legs. They had one arm. And it was so inspiring. Like, these people, all shapes, all sizes, all just so many different people, right? There's just everybody got together and they did this and they cheered everyone on. Like, when you saw that people weren't going to be able to complete it, they were screaming for them. They were yelling you can do it, and it was just amazing. And for David to complete it, I was so proud of him.
The fundraising, it's fun, yo. If you don't do what I did in Slack, you'll get it done. It's not hard. There are people that are far off worse than any of us that I know that can do it, so you guys can do it easily.